let's wait for some minutes until everyone joins us. Okay, hello everyone. I think we can start our today's session. First of all, let me share one small recap on the project work, tasks. Next week, most likely I'll add some more explanations to several points. Also, we'll have the topic most likely next week about project management. So some small additions will be explained after that as well. That's okay. That's about the project work, and I already seen there are 3 teams built, so waiting for more. Yeah, just you can do it until until next week, until Monday or Wednesday, just at the beginning, so we can start the work. That's about it. Okay, then let's continue with input output today, and of course we'll have the questions answer session a little bit later today. So as you remember, last time we discussed some types of streams in Java. Yes, and I think we finished. Here. So yeah, and here is the. As you remember, the string. Could you? Okay, I haven't shared the screen. So sorry. Yes, that's correct. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So as you remember, the input stream is, as it stands from the name stream. That's the stream of bytes. Yeah. The bytes can be translated into characters, into integers, and into characters. And using the characters, we can build the line of the characters, yeah, which is basically the string. And again, there are two main types of streams. Input stream, which means that we want to read something from the system, from the file. And then we have data source, which is, in most cases, that's the file in most cases. And then there comes file input stream, the first one. Then I already mentioned about buffered input stream. Yeah, about buffering. Just a small reminder for those who don't remember what does the buffering means. The buffering means that it's usually if we use buffer, it means that we use it for the performance improvement. Like it's more efficient way to read, to get, and to change the data. Yeah, before all the changes are done, and actually we do the commit. Yeah, from yesterday when we were talking about the commit. So there is also such schema, maybe it's not schema, but the construction. Like imagine we have the document. We have the document. It can be somewhere on the web. Yeah. So that's the document. There's the document, and like that, the simple document with the file, with the data, just the contract order, something like that. Yeah. Here's the document. Here's the document with some data inside. Yeah. Some data inside. That's the document. So what we usually do, to change the document, yeah. So we try to edit this document. So we lock it. We lock the documents to do some changes. That's the first step. We open it and we edit it. Yeah. We put it in edit mode. Yeah. Edit mode. So that's the first step. When we put it in edit mode, after that we do some changes inside the document. And we do changes. We do the changes. So we do the changes. Once we do the changes, we have some temporary data inside, right? I mean, not data, but the changes which we do, which are done during the change of the document. And yeah, so these changes, as I said from yesterday, we don't do the commit at the middle of the changes. Like if you change, for example, one entry, like if it's document, you change one property, one entry. You don't actually put all your changes in database. As I said yesterday, you don't do the commit. And in normal design, how it should work, you should have on the second point, the program needs to have the buffer. And it means that all the changes done in between the opening and maybe let's more save or cancel. Save or cancel, and the fourth step may be commit. Commit and rollback. And that's so. This scenario is really important if we talk about the real life. If we talk about the program environment, because that's the main idea how the most programs work. Yeah, again, if we do any changes when we edit the document, we don't actually put it directly into the storage, into the database, into the files. Because in case we put something, then we, for example, press on cancel. In this case, we need to revert all the changes. Then we need to have the logic for reverting, and that takes much more time than it actually needs to take. That's why we have the buffer. We have the buffer when we change the document, and all the changes are stored into the buffer. All the changes plus the actual data we need to changes plus data used. Yeah, like it can be the data related to this document. Like you have the document, you have some related data, some related documents, and so on and so on. So we need to access this data, and of course, to not read database every time, we can store this data somewhere inside the buffer, and the changes are stored there as well. So the data is needed to actually have a quick and fast access to the data, and the changes are just needed to store the changes. Then once the changes are completed, we have again two options: to save the document or to cancel the document. If we press cancel, then the buffer just is cleared and nothing happens. All the changes are reverted at the beginning. So we don't really do any changes in the database level or in the storage level. If we press on save, then all the changes are pointed to be saved. But there may be some additional validation to be done on the save, like maybe something is not completed or something is wrongly completed with some wrong data provided in the changes. Then yeah, you can press the save, but the changes can be not saved and roll back because of some issues. And at the point of rollback, we simply don't update the database. But in case of commit, we just put all the changes into the database and like close the story of this editing at this point. That's how it works. And the buffer is really important when you make the changes inside the document, because that's the most efficient way to access and to change the data. But there may be one problem with the buffer, and the problem is called memory. Yeah, like if you have too much data inside the buffer, you may have, yeah, that's like the basket. Yeah, that's correct, Marita. Yeah, that's correct. That's like the basket. Yeah, and you can do the rollback. It means that you just put all the items from the basket into their place in the store. But yeah, if you then yeah, that's yeah. You go to the market. You put something. You do the changes. You put something inside your basket, basket, and yeah, the buffer is the changes. The basket is the changes. You then plus there's the data available on the market. Yeah, like if we talk about some storage which you don't see, that's maybe the data not loaded into the. That's maybe you can call the database like some yeah some places of the story you cannot actually see. That's maybe code which is not inside the buffer. So then you go to pay for all your items. Then you can pay. You can cancel, just put everything back, or you can pay, like if you press save, then it means you go to checkout and you try to check out, and at this point you try to check out, but maybe you cannot have enough money, then you cannot commit all the changes, you just do the rollback. But if you have enough money to pay, you commit. That's something like that. And the problem for the buffer, mode at home, sorry, rollback, that's absolutely correct, Matt. The same idea about program, but again, as I said, with the buffer there may be one problem, and the problem again, that's the memory. The same as with the basket, we cannot put more items than the volume of the basket, so we need to make we need to write the code in precise way, then we don't put in the buffer something what we don't need. Like inside the document, again, as I said, it's it is a normal case. Then we have the data of one document, then we have some data from the related documents and items. But in case it is not a good idea to add the data of documents we don't use. This will have the overflow of the memory, and there will be not enough memory to store this data. That's why I need to be very precise when we fill buffer. And you will see the buffer in lots of program frameworks. It may be called in different way, like not directly buffer, but it should be inside a normal program for a framework to. And then first of all, that's for the performance point of view. Very important from performance point of view. The time and the performance of the program is really important for the users nowadays, because everyone wants to make the changes or browse, or make some changes, put some changes, interfere with the program or the website in the fastest way as possible. That's why we as developers need to find the most efficient solution for the performance. And then at the end we have the data input stream, which provides us the program, which are moved to the program. And the output stream in the same way, but from the opposite side. Program, there's the data, the buffer, and the file output stream, and the data set. For the, as you remember, we like the similar for the buffer at the input and output streams. We have the, as you remember, string buffer, and that's also used to make the way we change the string in more efficient way. As you remember, the strings are built in as the array of characters. In fact, that's the array of characters, and if we change the string, we resize the string. Then this case always need to think about how the array is declared, how it is changed, and how it is resized. Do we have a question about this? And data sync just means that that's the output data, like it can be the file or something like that. there's the place where the file is written to. Like in a simple case, that can be the file. It may be some other source, not yet some other sources like some email that may be or something like that. Just so that's basically the place where the data is moved to. That's the data sync. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. Okay, maybe I can zoom into it. Okay. And yeah, this one. So yeah, then there's a summary of the stream types. So there's buffer. It's one practically for all the um, types of streams. There's the buffered variants, and then filtered maybe not be what we want to discuss now. Yeah, it's not really important for us. Then yeah, converting, which are converts from symbols to bytes, and serialization also not. Yeah, so basically I can have the table of all the stream types. We won't use most of them, but for also there's some other types of streams. Yeah, about the file writer and reader, I think we already pasted. At least I think I've shown you some of the ways it is used. Just mostly if we use the console for the input, we can use the different readers. Yeah, for the file reader, that's the simple way. I think yeah, we'll talk about it later, but there will be the separate slides. Okay, then you can see the hierarchy of input streams. Input, yeah, that's how it looks like. Again, the data input stream. So yeah, that's basically the hierarchy. Let's not go deeper here. I will show the presentation, and you can why there are two streams, when to use which one, which two streams. You mean which of two streams? Character and byte. That's it's not mentioned here. We usually again it depends on the like the file reader in this case. if we use readers, that's simply more easier for us. We can I'll show you about the writers and readers. It's it's quite simple for us to use. Like when we talk about byte stream, we just simply as I showed you last time, we just have the array of bytes which comes from the stream. But if we have the character streams, then we can simply deal with the streams. With the strings, and I will show you. And yeah, but basically we can simply use character streams and don't really care about the bytes. It's maybe more technical. Then you can also check for the output string class. Also there's such hierarchy. same. Yeah, there are different types of streams. Just we'll check some of them, not all of them. Then there's the reader class, also very easy to use. Maybe let's even go to the examples, so we can easily understand, yeah, about the file reader. File reader. Okay, just a moment. So, okay, maybe let's go with a bit. Yeah, maybe let's go with a little bit theory then. We'll go back to the examples. Okay, that's about the reader. Also different types of streams here. Use the writer also in the same way. So many different types of writers. We won't really go through all of them. And basically the difference is not quite important for us. And yeah, system out, that's the system class. Okay, here we can check it directly. So the system, again, system is the class, and the system out, that's the print stream, yeah. That's the print stream which allows us to print something, and that is used many times. And like if we use system out print line, we usually use to print line. That's it comes from the print stream, yeah. So we use print stream. We usually use print stream to print the data in the content on in the console. Yes, that's how we use it. And it is not real, again, just, yeah, small remark, it's not really important to always use it from the system class. In case we have the file, like maybe let's as a principle return the date table. No, the print stream is just the way we can print the content. And the data table usually, yeah, but how to print how to print the data table, you can simply do it as we usually do, just like go through the table. You have line 1, yeah, then line 2, line 3, and so on, and you can simply print all the rows of the table as the string lines. Yeah. Row 1, row 2, then you can, and the table, you can print the content of the table just like simple string line. Yeah, and for the print, for the print stream, yeah, for the print stream you can always use it as 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 the way to write the file. That may be the more efficient way. Yeah. So here let's create a file output stream. And I need to add the file name to be created. We'll create the txt file. And then we can use the print stream. Then yeah, we put the file into the print stream and the reference to the file, so it can see where to put the data. And we can print some stuff there. Print some more stuff. In this case we can print it as the line. Yeah, if we call print the line, we print as the line, and the second line. And then we close the stream. There's a question. Confused me a little bit. Think the file is put in double. That's the file, the path to the file. Yeah. That's not the file. That's the path to the file. And the path is usually considered as the string because we usually don't have such object replications of the folders of the system. Yeah, that's why we need to use the file path as the string. And then we can close the print stream, and then we can simply close the file. And that's practically it for this. Just skip this one. Let's see if we don't have any errors. Where it comes from. sure where it comes from, but okay, one moment. Just let's have if let's see if and yeah, the file output string maybe. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and what's okay? It shouldn't. Moment, I think there's a little problem with the build path. Yeah, it seems that and the project needs to be. Yeah, if you have some strange result, it means that the project is is having some issues with the build, because I can see there's the output which comes from the previous input I had. So that's the issue. Okay, I see there are no errors here, which is good. What I can do, I can rebuild the project. I don't want to clean all the projects. I want to rebuild it. Okay. Different one. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. No. Okay, just let's rebuild it again. Okay. The build has failed again. The source is provided. Okay. Seems to be fine. Okay. For some reasons, okay, the same about the others as well, yeah. Okay, maybe let's close the Eclipse because something seems to be crashed. One line is in the first when printed out. Yeah, that's just for us to understand that the file is closed. Yeah. Okay. Let's rebuild the project. No, they're not printed out. They should be printed out inside the class. Yeah. Do I still have the? Okay. The libraries are here. Okay, about the class path when I wrote file name, the original file became empty, but new file name appears. About the class path, it is not really related to, and yes, but I don't really understand why you ask about the class path. If we have the just a small thing, let's check out the projects. Okay, there are no issues with other projects. Okay, so there is one critical issue with this project. Okay, then maybe. Okay, you can see there is the critical issue with the project. Maybe I will check it a little bit later. For now, I will use the different project for this purpose. Maybe let's create it here. Create a new package. Then I'll just simply copy everything from here. Yeah, you can see there's the error. Then the project cannot be built. I will check why this error is here. But for now, just let's use the different project. It should be fine. Yeah, file is closed. Then yeah, here's the printed file, and this is how it looks. So in this case, we don't actually pass the content byte by byte or char by char. We just simply print the lines in the same way we do it in the console. Like in this case, we have the file output stream, which is referred to the file. Yeah, the reference is the reference of the file. Normally, if we not normally, but how we usually do, if we print it on the system, we have the stream printed stream on the console. Yeah. So in the same way how we print on the console, we can print it on the file. Yeah. But about Svetlan's question, I don't really understand why you ask about the class path here. What do you mean the file path? Oh yeah, the file path. Yeah, that's a good question. I think that is also mentioned in this topic. Let me quickly search it. Yeah, that's the last slide of this presentation. Yeah, I think that's this one. No, I don't. I don't use the existing file. Okay, maybe what's there may be the problem with the line breaks and the path in different systems. Yeah, maybe it's mostly about the path. In Unix, like we use slash. Yeah. Like in Linux, Mac OS operating system, we use the slash on the from left to right, like this way, or slash, and if we use Windows, we have the slash backslash, yeah, it's on the opposite side. And yeah, there's if we create the path with creating file with path dot backslash, that will create a hidden file with name dot backslash. And the easy solution is just to ignore BMS style and use slashes. Slashes will be automatically ignored to the backslash if necessary. So yeah, we can use these type of slashes, and don't really care about the backslashes. About the file path, yeah, I used the existing file. Okay, maybe let's try to write it in this way and try to change something. So if I use the existing one, it also changes my file to the new content. Yeah. Why it is two different files? Downloads txt. Because okay, maybe let me try to remove this one. Yeah, the problem is that about the file, the ways yeah, that's the same for me. We have we have the text file, and we have the file without the type. That's according to your path. It actually means that even in your case txt, that's just the file without the extension. If we try to, like, let's maybe remove, for example, in this case, if we try to change the extension to txt, it shows that we will have to the same files. Like if we change the txt, we delete the txt, and we add the txt, we actually transform it to txt, and it shows us this way, because in fact almost all the files, almost all the files can be opened with the text editor. I mean, in Windows, it's Notepad or Notepad++, and like Notepad++, you can open like every file. Yeah, there's some text inside. The same about CSV files, as I already mentioned. They're just simple text files with the separators, and yeah, that's why basically how Java works. You can simply skip the extension of the file, but in this case it will just create you the file without the extension. Like, you can manually change the extension of the files by your wish. Like, you do it manually, the same way can be done by Java program. And also what we can try, just before the break, one small check, let's try to create the CSV file. So that will be, that's maybe useful for your work task. Yeah, so the file is closed, and what we can see, the printed file is created as CSV. If we open it, we have this file inside the CSV document. Right, so that's a simple way. Okay, let's have the 15 minutes break, and let's meet after the break. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, as we discussed before the break, if you create a file output stream, you can put the extension and that will result in the file type you actually want to create. That's about print stream. So you can simply print line. What else you can do here? So you can print options. You can print character, integer, false line, yeah, and so on and so on. So there is the same way print the lines. You can print the for XML and JSON. It should work as well, but again, please note that for XML and JSON you should have the exact lines you have in the XML files with all the tags, all this stuff. But yeah, for XML and JSON, as we already gone through this topic, we have the different classes in Java, which basically generate all the stuff for us. Yeah, I mean we already discussed which extras was it. Let me check. Yeah, that was an extra 05. As you remember, we had JSON cars. Then for JSON we have such such uh, such such classes like you can see here there's JSON object, JSON array, and there was one more. Yeah, there's JSON writer. So yeah, we get the string, and in theory we can use this string writer to create the output stream. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can. Okay, maybe let's even more with this one. Maybe let's try to replicate it. Yeah, that's maybe a good idea for JSON file. So let's copy yeah, this output stream, and maybe I'll copy almost everything from here. Or what we can do is just one moment. I'm not sure if the print stream is the most efficient way here. How we can write. Okay, maybe let's try with this one. Let's try. And catch. Simply catch everything to not overcomplicate it. Yeah. Yeah, and from here inside, and maybe we can simply put print string, and then we go to here. Then we JSON file dot JSON. Okay, let's try and let's see what happens here. Okay, that's about JSON and the Java lessons. Okay, Java, we can see that the JSON file is created here. And what does it have? Let's see what's inside. See what is inside. Yeah, we can use Notepad. And yeah, here we can see here's the JSON file inside. So yeah, that's the way how we can. I must go now. Yeah, yes, that's fine on the. Yeah, amazing. So that's the way for the JSON file. For the XML, I think we didn't have the the activity, the task, but I think I shown you the code examples. Yeah, just maybe let's remove it to not write it every time we have the unit test. Yeah, we had some examples with XML. Let's check it. Build. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, not this one. Okay, now I'm ready. And so yeah, that was the example when we built the XML. Let me check where did I create no XML here. Okay, oh, here we have the document. Okay, that's if we have it from the document. Once oh yeah, here was create XML. Okay. Oh yeah, and here we just created it using the just simple system out. Yeah, in the same way, and just remember we have these examples. We can in the same way here. Yeah. So let's take the same. Let's take the same example here. same pattern. Not correct, sorry. Yeah, this way, and if we want to, and let's change them. And yeah, at the end, sorry, this way. Let's do it this way. So here do the validation, and the string print the content of XML. So let's run this program. Fast programming. Yeah, it's not fast. I just simply copy paste and paste the pattern we have, like the file output stream and the print stream object. There is nothing special. Everything else was previously written. Here I just try to put them in the correct place and simply reuse the existing code. Yeah. So there's nothing special, nothing new here. Just to place everything in the correct place. Yeah. Okay, and in main, let's just execute this. The static method. No, it's not static then. To create. Oh yeah. Do we? Okay, seems that we don't need this. Okay, then let's create the object. Just XML. And just not make it more complicated. Okay, I hope. Oh yeah, that's sorry. Just let's. Yeah, the project is broken, so let's use different one. I will fix it until Monday, just to not waste the time today. Let's just simply use the project which works. Yeah. So okay, let's see what happens here. Okay. Oh yeah, this schema is failed. Failed to read the schema. And that was about the schema. 72. And that's about the validation. Okay, that's about what. Not sure if we create XML. That's why 151. Okay, maybe let's skip this validation because so at the moment it's not really important for us. But yeah, you remember that we can do the validation of the schema, and then yeah, we have this XML here, and here it is created. Like if we open it with Internet Explorer, we can see it in a better way. Yeah. So in the same way we can create the XML file using this print stream. Yeah. So that's, you can use it in your project work. Yeah. And we already discussed about XMLs and JSON. Just don't build the file simply like line by line. Yeah. Just if you have XML, don't build the lines on your own. Please use the classes. Yeah, the classes, like for Java we discussed, there's document build factory, element. Yeah, all these classes, please use them. String writer, just yeah, everything from here to to build your XML file. Okay, let's move on then. Let's move on then. Okay, so I is typing. Anyways, while we have the whole month for yeah, I hope that will be 1 month will be enough for this project. But yeah, again, if you have any questions, we'll discuss. Moment. Yeah, we'll have. I think we'll have so many discussions about this, and maybe even more. We will we'll spend most of the lectures in a month ahead for this project work, and most of the content will be related to this project. Yes, that's about it. So let's move on. With the presentation. So yeah, there is different type of streams. So can check them if you want your own. There are a few differences between them, but yeah, you can use all of them. Okay, let's move on. And there's the readers as well, and about the readers. Moment about the readers. About the readers, it's an input stream. Just a moment. Yeah, you can simply build them using the characters. So there's a string reader, which is not quite interesting for us. Then there's input stream reader. And input stream reader. Yeah, but basically, yeah, everything here is basically used line by line. But okay, let's see, maybe next, yeah, just there is nothing maybe quite special to show to you. Let me check a little bit some reader classes. And yeah, okay, at the moment maybe nothing quite special to show to you. Then there's the writer, and yeah, about the writer also you may see we used the writer here, and as we can see here we didn't create any new document, any new, like not document but file. We created a document locally inside Java here, but we built the document, but we haven't created any file, any new file. That's why, yeah, that's why I think you can understand that the input may be not only from the files, but also from the documents, like Java documents we have, yeah, documents inside the Java. So that may also be considered as the input stream, and we can proceed with these streams, yeah. That's about what we can see here, and that's the writer class. Yeah, you can see that we can build a document, then we can write it to string as we want. Okay, maybe let's test one small thing about the read. So let's comment it out. And let's use file input stream. Yeah. File input stream. File. New file input stream. You can provide the file name here. Then just a moment. Can use writer. New file writer. Okay, maybe let's talk it. Yeah, I'll prepare it in the better way after the break. Yeah, I'll explain this thing maybe after the break, because I'll need to prepare this a little bit. But okay, let's move on with the presentation. Then yeah, so the writer is widely used, and as we've shown here, it can be used in XML. Yeah, to deal with the documents even inside Java. Yeah, I will show you one small thing after the break, so yeah, I need to prepare it a little bit. Okay, then system out. I think I already shown you. We already were working with this stream. That's the print stream, as I shown to you, and we usually use print line to print the content, the line, yeah, just a single line. Same way we can also use the print and print the wall string. Yeah. Like if we have the okay, maybe not here. I think that's here is the best example. Yeah, like from here we can also do it. System print system out. Yeah, print. And then we can print the wall string here. Yeah. So if we use writer to string, the fast call is not really needed here. And then if we run this program, then we can see that the print is executed, and we just simply have all the file displayed here. It goes line by line, but as you remember, that's just one simple string, and the string can be very long. Yeah, the size doesn't matter for string. It can be as long as you want. Yeah, every line is so when new line is executed, so it has the slash and n to point that that's the new line. Yeah. For the content, for string content, and using the print, we can print the whole string. Yeah. We use print line because that's much more easy for us to just have one line by line content printed. Yeah. That's about print. Yeah, and best value, we can use any different types there. String and object. In case we put the object, that will return the content from the method to string. Yeah. And it's used implicitly. So for the objects, we can easily pass the object without the calling method to string. It will be called anyways. Yeah. I think we already faced a lot of cases when this one is used. Okay, then reading from standard input. Yeah, that's an example how we did it. Yeah, using the buffer reader. It can be done as well. Yeah, so if we can use the buffer reader, and we can create something inside the console. Okay, maybe let's replicate it. Just a simple way. So what happens here? We can throw input output exception. Then we can use buffer reader in this case. Create new buffer reader. Then inside the buffer reader we need to provide the input stream. That's what will be done. So let's create new stream. Stream reader, then we can use system input stream. Yeah. So we pass the stream input, this is the input stream of the system to the stream reader, so we can read it. Then it will go to the buffer reader. That was from the schema. We already had the schema somewhere here. Yeah. So we have the input stream, then we have it goes to the buffer input stream. Yeah, same here, buffer reader. Okay, that's we declare the reader. Then we can put some input there. The wine, yeah. String wine. We can initialize the wine. Then, so in this case, the program shows us. So while line in, so we input. Input. Read wine not equals null. It means that it is not initial. And then line not equals 0 as well, yeah. Until we don't have the one with 0 input, we can just simply type something inside there, yeah. So when we run it, see that it asks us to enter something, then the wine is entered again. Second wine is entered, so you can see it shows on green what we typed, and when we press enter, it means that the wine for the wine is initial, and that the program is terminated. That's how the input works. So yeah, that's the way you can import the wines. So what else you can do here? You can read. Yeah, you can read integer, character. But yeah, maybe let's stick with the read one. Yeah, that should be enough for our need. Okay, so Tony is typing. Line 11. Yeah, in this case, what we have, yeah, maybe let's go from the bottom from bottom to top. Yeah, so we have the system input input stream, so that's the stream we have here on the console line, right? That's the input stream. Okay, yeah. Then we build the reader of the input stream. It means that we want to read something from this input stream. We use input stream reader. And then we have the buffer reader, which makes it more efficient way. Maybe if we try to skip maybe buffer reader, what happens then? Input stream reader. And from here we cannot read the string, yeah, because we don't have such option, because input stream reader does not allow us to read the strings, yeah. So to read the line we need to have the we can use buffer reader. Use buffer reader. Yeah, in general reader is buffer reader. That's the subclass of the reader class. Yeah, you can see, and that's the abstract class. So it so you must have the class, the subclass of the substrate class, which will implement this reading for which will implement this reading. If we go to open implementation, we can see there are lots of subclasses, and we usually use buffer reader. Here's input reader from different place. Yeah, that's input stream reader is also the subclass, but to read the line we can use buffer reader. Console, no, they are not duplicated. Yeah, that these are different streams. Like you can see here, we have the input stream. That's the input stream, and that's the output stream, which goes from here. And you can even see that in Eclipse, these streams can be distinguished with different colors. Yeah, input stream is on the green. The output stream is written with black and in black. I think the error will be written with in red color. Yeah. I think if we do it this way, line 1 goes to red, line 2 also goes to red, and terminate program. So yeah, what you see in the console, these are the streams. And yeah, in the system we use 3 types of streams. Let's see if there are more. No, just 3 types of streams. 2 print streams. One is out, just a simple output stream, and yeah, one is out for output. 2 are out for output, and 1 is for input. That's the system in, and yeah, that's the stream. It's the input stream we use. Okay. And yeah, the program is terminated once the initial line occurred. Then we can create the file. Yeah, we already had some examples for the files. So there's nothing special, and yeah, please also note that the folder is also the file in Java. So if you have the file, if you have the folder, it may also be, if you type the folder, that may also be considered as the file object. Yeah. So maybe if we go new file, then yeah, we can see there's the parent and child. Sorry, there's the parent, there's the child. And yeah, they also are considered as, so the parent will be the folder, the child will be the file, and both of them are considered as the file in Java. But so we just, maybe let's not use, we will not use it in our case. That's just, we are fine with using the file path as the simple path. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So then, yeah, there's just some file object methods. If we use the file, we can get the name, the path, absolute path, that's maybe a bit. Just, okay, from here we have the file, and okay, let's see. Let's maybe check all the methods here. Yeah. So here we use the printing, then we okay, that's the file upstream. We don't have the separate file here. Okay, that's file object. We just have the stream. Okay, maybe let's create a new file. File and okay, if we simply provide this file path here. Just if we create new file, yeah, just let's don't care about the content at the moment. Let's maybe have some test, some check on the file methods we can have. So if we have an absolute path, yeah, it just shows the path in the same way as the path. So there should be no difference in this case. Yeah. Yeah, it's already absolute then. That's, yeah, nothing special with this. Nothing special with this method. Yeah, get name, get parent, but I think that in this case there are no parent, at least we have not declared it, that's why it, or, oh no, that's really good. So if you have get parent, it returns you the parent directory. And if you, maybe that will not return you. Yeah, so I need to create a different file. Yeah. So in this case it returns you the parent of this file. Yeah, so the parent directory. In this case that's the Java license in my case. some useful method. Yeah, the parent method can be really useful. You can rename the file to new one, and that will return you if it's successful or not. Okay, then there's the file object methods, and also file object methods, and you can check if the file exists, if you can write, if you can read this. Maybe some file can be unreadable. That's also possible. Then if it is actually file, not something else, then yeah, you can check if that's directory of the file. As I said, from Java point of view, both them are considered as the files, so you can check if that's directory or not. It's maybe about absolute, but that's just some specific things. Okay. So what one is asking if is file equals exists. No, because if we maybe we'll discuss it after the break. Yeah, that's not now it's time to break. Yeah, we will continue with this after break. Yeah, I'll answer you, but after the break. Let's have a break now. Okay, let's continue about that was what was asked by Svetlana. If is file or the file exists are the same. Okay, maybe let's comment it out. So we have the file. Is needed. Okay, so we have the file. Let's just copy the file name. We try to check the file equals new file. So we have a file. Then can do is we can check if that's file. That's file, then it should be true because that's the file. We know that that's the file. It's here with the content. Yeah. What else we can check here? If that's directory, it should be false because that's not the directory. Yeah, that's false. If we do it this way, like we provide the directory as the file, that should be true. Yeah, because that's the directory, that's not the file. But if that exists, it means that it checks if the directory or the file actually exists. Yeah. So it's true that the directory exists, and it's true that the file exists. Yeah. The same way. Yeah. So it just means that the directory or the file exists. Yeah. That's about the methods. What else we have here? Yeah, was modified. So okay, let's check. It's modified. You can check all the properties of the file. It shows the does it shows and okay, yeah, so the output is in such strange way. Maybe let's just a moment. Seconds to date. 1 moment. Yeah, just was. Can use the simple date format. Simple date format. And then we can convert its format. Let's see what we see here. Yeah, now we have okay, that's much more simple. much more crazy. Day. Hmm. Let's show us this way. Okay, the day and the month is correct. Oh, maybe this way. Yeah. Okay. Now it's correct. Maybe let's just and maybe let's add some space. Hours, minutes, seconds. Okay. Now it seems it makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, in addition, you can check how we can transfer the milliseconds in the time format we can use. So use date format. That's the import. Then we create new date format. Like we can. So we have these parameters: day, month, and year. We can change them as we want. Like if we want to put day at the end, you can do it same way, but just yeah, please note that these are the keywords in the date format. Days are in uppercase, months are in uppercase, hours are now in uppercase, then minutes and seconds are also in lowercase. That's how you can check the date format. What else about the methods from the file? You can read, you can compare, you can delete it. This canonical part, that's not really interesting for us. Chunk is hidden or not, the ones, so yeah, nothing more quite interesting for us. But again, all the details about the files you can check them. Okay, and you can try and test the list as well. Okay, then the path. That's the object that may be used to locate a file in the file system. Okay, and again, you use the slashes or the backslashes to distinguish but to separate the folders in the system. You can use parent root. Okay, if we can check them. Have the path as the object, path. Okay, that's the new tab. Let's see what are the classes we can use. That's the interface. Okay, we have only the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. And, okay, and then we have the Windows files. It's a little bit. Okay, if we use the Windows path, GRT path, okay. Okay, maybe about the path, that's okay, maybe let's use Windows path. Alright, that's also inner class. Okay, just a moment, let's check if and from the class we can get path, but that will be retrieved, that will be fetched as the string, just the string, so we cannot really get the path as the path object. Okay, so it seems that from this file system we cannot really use it this way, so okay, this then maybe skipped. Okay, yeah, but again, you know that we can. Sorry, that's not needed for us. You know that we can get the parent. Can get the parent, which also represents us the parent folder of the file we use. And if we get canonical path, and that's the same as the sample path. Okay, so about this there is nothing really more to say. Then yeah, just we can use the methods from the file available, and in most cases that should be enough. Okay, then the input output from or to the file. So there are some usual actions that we want to do. Yeah, most of the classes are located in Java input output package. We create new file object, do some checks on the file if necessary, and yeah, most case we use buffered reading because there are so many dynamic objects used inside, so the buffering is needed. Okay, so if we're reading from the file, we can use a file reader or buffered reader, and we read one. Yes, we said we need for everyone to read it. And it's not really possible to read the whole string using these objects, the whole file as the string, because the stream comes from the file and it must be processed like line by line. And then for the writing we can use file writer and add print writer to it. we can use print if we want, yeah, in our case, if we want to print the whole string into the file, or print line if we just want to print a single line. Okay, then there is the example for the file reader. Let's let's just quickly go through it. So we have we already had such examples before, so there's nothing, but okay, maybe let's repeat it. I don't think that would be the problem. File reader, okay, that's output stream. Then yeah, we can create new file. Not create new file, but new object as the file. Here we provide the file path. Can provide the same path here. Yeah, then we can use try catch. Request it. Simply use the standard exception. Then again we use buffer reader. Yeah. Buffer reader, then new file reader, because we need to provide the reader to it. So here we provide the destination from the file, and now we can go just simply line by line. String s. Then yeah, check if it's not null. Then we print out the content of the line. Moment, yeah, I forgot to read the line. The read line, yeah, we use read line to get the next line. So we just read one by one. In this case, it is used as the iterator. Yeah. So we simply go from the current line to the next line. Okay, and let's see what we had in the result. Oh, yeah, again, sorry, my fault. Check it again. Let's use this one. And yeah, here you can see that we just read the CSV file. So we read it line by line. Yeah. It's kind of similar way as we do the input. We write line by line. The same way we can read the document line by line. And that's about the read. And about the write, we already had some main examples. So yeah, we already use the printer in the same way you can use the writer, print writer. That's really similar to the print stream. In CSV file, Sandra, can you share the code you have? Yeah, because Sandra, you don't go to the next line. So as I said, so this one goes to the, so this reads the first line, yeah, and if we go read line, it goes to the next line. In your case, you can see that you missed going to the next line. In this case, it always stays on the first line. Yeah, it always stays on the first line and does not go ahead. Yeah. That's the idea here, and yeah, in the same way we used print stream, you can use print writer. The concept is absolutely the same. Just you can change the name. In the same way, print line by line. Yeah. There's nothing really special for file. Here, yeah, the only difference is that before we just used file output stream. In this case, we can deal, like maybe we can even more. We can create the same example, just not create, but use the same example. Change some small details here. Okay, missed something. Okay. Where the method is called, I think something is. Oh yeah, Jesus, that's hidden bracket. Yeah. Yeah, in the same way we use file output stream, we can use file reader, file writer. Like in this case, we can use just file. Yeah. File, then file here. Then we need to create a print writer. And here we need to provide a file writer. Yeah. So to write the file, we need to have the file writer. Here we can provide the file. Yes, and yes, what's the And yeah, and here just the difference is that the stream is located under the print writer, so we must close the print writer to close the stream, yeah. And here if we check it this way, okay, the file is closed, and what we can see here, we have the same CSV file using the content we provided. 1 second. So in this case you can see that the print writer works in a similar way as the print stream. The only difference is that it includes the stream inside. So like before, if we use file output stream, we access the file output stream directly. So we open it, we need to close it at the end, and the same way we need to close the print stream. So we have two streams declared here. In fact, there are also different streams in the print writer, but we just have them inside one object, so it's maybe it's more easy for you to use print writer than the print stream. Yes. Then if we talk about a little bit what's left for us. So if we use input stream class methods, there are some methods like read. Want to read the stream, we can close, skip something if needed. Yeah, the mark supported, reset, thing really important. Then yeah, for output stream also you can write, close and flush. Then reader, yeah, also we already covered most of the methods. For writer again, yeah, just write line by line. Nothing really special here. Okay, then there is the object serialization. Not really sure if we need this. Okay, maybe let's skip it at the moment because we will not really use this. Yeah. That's not quite important for us, so maybe let's skip it. And yeah, the last one is already mentioned about this. That's the difference in path. So please check the system the path is used, because in Unix-like systems the path is declared in different way. So again, the slash used and the backslash is used in Windows. But again, the easy solution, you can use slashes, and in Windows they will be automatically converted to backslash. Yeah. necessary. And then, as it says, the ceremonial solution, you can use the file separator to separate them. Yeah, and difference of line breaks. So different systems may use different characters to go to the next line. And yeah, the most used line feed /n. Yeah, /n. Then yeah, these characters, or yeah, carriage return /r, and yeah, again that depends on the system. In most cases, I mean, we usually use /n for new line. And yeah, there are some combinations. Yeah, maybe it's not really important for us, but yeah, just to make sure it works. It works. In all the cases, what we can do is we can print some string, system out print. Here is the line on system. How was it? New line. New line separator. Line separator. Then this is the next line. We don't need a space here. So we will see here. Now we can see that it goes to the next one automatically. So if we talk about the line separator, then we can use system line separator for different systems that may work differently. And that was also mentioned about the path separator. Sorry, we skip this. What we can, yeah, let's copy the path and let's use the separator provided. Oops, sorry, just mistype. Yes, quite strange for Mac computers that the power button is nearby the delete button, backspace button. So if I may accidentally type on the power button and instead of backspace button. Sorry for this. If it happens sometime. And yes, let's check how it works. System out. How was this exact name? Yeah, file separator. Separator. Same here. Let's copy. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. it automatically copies me this way. I don't want it, but okay. I don't want it. Okay, let's, yeah, for this one we can also just print the line. And we can see that it uses the file separator used for the system, yeah. For different systems that may look differently. Okay, that's in short. You'll use it in your project work. Yeah. About the home tasks. So this, since you have the project now, I would like you to more concentrate on the project. We will go through the tasks together on the classes. That won't be there won't be individual homework for input output topic. Yeah, but we'll go through together in the classes. Alright, so yeah, that's about input output topic, and now we can maybe let's have 10 minutes break, and now we will have the questions answer session. Yes, there are some questions came after yesterday's session, so let's discuss them after the small break. Yeah. questions and okay. Okay, Christine used the the best possible solution for the error. Just you installed everything and installed back, and it works. Yeah, just yeah, typical solution for the programmer. I think there's it's not driving. There are some issues with the cars. The programmers will just simply try to go out in the car and then go back and then try if it works or not. Okay, then let's go with questions. Okay, from Christine, it's solved. For Christine, it's okay. Use okay. For Ilse, it seems that there's no questions. Ilse is not joining us today. Who else? Maybe let's start with yes, Sweat one. There was a question. Issues with the database origin to be and no names. Yeah, maybe Sweatona, can you share the code with me, or is it pushed into Bitbucket so I can check it there? Because it maybe seems that there are some issues with the code. Yeah, okay, yeah. Please share them. Let's check it together. Meanwhile, I will initialize the database. Not initialize the database. HP my admin. So let's delete this database. Let's open it again. Not open, but create it again. Database SQL. Now we have this database again. Okay, yeah. So it wanna please share and then try to launch your code. Okay, let's see the code from Svetlana. Okay, that's Let's see what happens here. Moment. So what happens here? Okay, truncation to B. Okay, still seems there are some assertion errors. And yeah, seems that something is wrong here. And there's some problem. I assume there are some problems with the code. According to what it says here. Okay, let's see how the database looks like now. Yeah, okay, it's not changed at least. But yeah, it seems that something is wrong here. Okay, let's check just step by step what's going on here. Okay, for the teacher manager, for the constructor, so you create the connection and set out commit to false. That's correct. It's correct for the find teacher. Find teacher. We ID to 0. Then we create prepared SQL statement, but Svetlana, you have first of all, the statement. Okay, you select, but you don't. Find teacher. Yeah, you can see you have the ID here. So you need to search by the ID. So we need to have the prepared statement here. So I'm not sure why this ID is here, but you need to use the prepared statement. Yeah, so statement. Let's declare this. And here we don't need this one. Prepare statement, and from here we to use SQL, and we need to finish this statement, and we swear ID equals here. Here we need to put the question mark and the semicolon at the end. So this one is not needed anymore, but we need to fill this prepare statement. Yes, to fill this prepare statement with the ID. So that's the first parameter here, and the ID is ID provided to the method. And yeah, then we just need to execute the query from the proposed statement. So we execute query, we get the results. And after that, so we commit, not really sure if we do need the commit here, because we don't do any changes here. And the cycle is not really needed here. It should be the unique result here. Maybe let's do everything inside try so we can follow the flow of the program. Then we can check if there is the entry selected. Then we can create new teacher. Maybe let's create a new teacher here, and here we will create new teacher. Teacher with simple use the returning. Okay, yeah, we can select the second column, and can we select the third column. Then we can, okay, it asks us to initialize it. Okay, with the no, that's not, okay, yeah, that's fine. For query as no. Teacher. Okay, so we need to create, yeah, for this purpose we can create dummy teacher, else so can declare it. Maybe a more efficient way if we declare it at the beginning of the code, yeah. And here we can simply create the initial empty object, not object, but empty teacher. So okay, I think that was the issue here. Return no. Okay, fine, and maybe we can even more skip this one. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Let's see, what do we have here? Well, okay, no pointer exception. Then yeah, maybe we will need to have the dummy object here. Teacher by ID. We should not have no pointer. Oh, sorry, yeah. Teacher needs to be returned. Okay, and now the test is fine. Now the test is completed with for teacher ID. That's for this one, and to be, yeah, for the other methods. So let's see, what errors do you have? Yeah, so setting up, please then check everything for find teacher. For find teacher. Okay, that seems to be correct too, but was that's not this one. It's find or that's this one. Find teacher by names. Okay, it seems that that's the right one. Okay, let's see. So you have the list. Okay. Then you prepare a statement. Yes, seems to be fine. Okay, maybe I usually use the spaces in between because sometimes that may be very crucial. Okay, let's. Okay, still a problem. Let's see. Okay, from here it seems that yeah, as that was mentioned, you need to use like for find by names you need to use like syntax. Here you didn't use it. Yeah, we discussed it yesterday. How can you do? So please change it to like using like syntax for the names. That's for, and everything else here seems to be fine in general. Yeah, that's about. Okay, let's go through a little bit deeper. So in insert teacher, you have. Why do you concatenate the string here? Using this syntax is not really needed. Yeah, you just have the. Okay, in addition, you don't have the space in between, as you can see. Yeah. So, yeah, just need to have the space. And again, the plus is not needed. Just plus a string plus string. That's the same if you put this or the whole string in one place. Yes, he's here. Don't need to have the space. Okay, here everything seems to be fine. Yeah, but again, return false. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's nothing special. For insert teacher, okay, you have prepare statement. Yeah, don't use this one because that's. If you use the hard coding, you don't really need to use pluses in between the strings anyway. And you also need to insert ID as well here, yeah, because you have a teacher, so you need to have the ID as well to be entered. So don't forget about the ID because you are missing it here. Okay. Okay, seems there are no other issues, major issues here. have update teacher. Not sure why you set auto commit again to false. If it's set up once, then you don't need to set up it again after that. Okay. So it's not needed to set auto commit twice to false. If it is set to false at the beginning, that will remain false during the execution of the program. So you don't need this. Then prepare statement again. Not really sure why you use the pluses in between. Okay, in this case you have the space, but that's not really needed. Yeah, that's so please remove them. Just look nice. Yeah, but again, what I said in the first or in the second session we had is just how the strings works in Java. So if you have the variable, then you assign. So in this case, object the reference of the string is stored in the memory position. Let's call it position x. Yeah, that's somewhere position in the memory for this particular value. If you so every like if you have variable 1, then variable 2 will have the same value. I mean, just value. Then that will also be stored in the memory on the position x. Yeah. But if you have like string 1, let's use notepad, that will be much more easier. Again, you have string a equals value, then you have string b equals value, then a equals b will result to true. Yeah. If again string a equals value, but string b equals val plus u e, then a is not b. Yeah. So that's how the string work, and in this case, if you just want to pass something to string, then it's more efficient if you just pass everything without the concatenation. Yeah, because concatenation, that's the process when the string when the size of the string is changed, and that requires some changes on the storage of the string. That's why the references are different. Okay, so please change it here. For set, I recommend to use spaces, because some programming languages and some scripts may be space sensitive. Okay, if you add some additional spaces or remove the spaces, that may affect the result. yeah, some programming languages and different programming cases. Yeah. So that's about, and here also ID is needed. Yeah. ID is needed. You need to take it from the teacher. Okay, commit, and yeah, everything else seems plus minus. Fine. About the status, what you can do, you can get the, if you execute the method execute update, as I mentioned, you can retrieve the number of rows changed. Then if the number of rows is greater than 0, then you can be sure that the update is executed successfully. So please check the number of rows updated using this statement. Okay, then the last one, yeah, almost the last one, delete teacher. Okay, again, set out comment is not needed if it's set up at the beginning. Then yep, okay, that's fine. So you have delete from where, okay, ID is passed here. Okay, then you can add, yeah, that seems to be correct. Execute update, and again check the rows. If the number of rows is 0, it means that the update is not successful. Yeah. So please check that. Everything else seems to be plus minus correct. Here, yeah, I need to close the connection. Initialize it to null. And yeah, please also check if connection is not null. If connection is not null at the beginning, because if you try to access the connection which is null, then you'll have null pointer exception. Yeah. So please also check if it's not null. Okay, that's plus minus it about what Svetlana has. So please check all the missings and try how it works after that. Okay, Marita, so let's check what Marita has. It was asked today before the session. Let's prepare statement. Game problem with teacher, but I still have time still. Okay, yeah. And maybe Marita, you can share your code so we can check it. Use this method. Okay, it's in repository. Okay, let's open it. Okay, that's activity 13 and teacher manager. Of the problem in method file. Okay, maybe let's execute unit test and let's see what's wrong here. Okay, find teacher by ID. Here. Okay, so you create new teacher. Yeah, maybe I recommend maybe to you to use prepare statement. That's about. Yeah, maybe I recommend to use prepare statement. In this case, Okay, maybe it's fine. D equals okay. 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 But I think in this case that should work as well. That should work plus minus fine as well. Maybe let's check it here. Like if you don't use the ID as the string, but I think it should convert. Okay. Okay, I'm not really sure what about the names, but okay, let's maybe have it this way. I don't remember the exact names of the. Yeah, okay, still. Okay. Base teacher ID. Maybe once. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, Marit, that was the problem, that the yeah, that the table the table is declared using these characters. Yeah, I think that in Java database connection SQL statements you don't really need them to use these characters. Yeah, you just simply can write it as is. Yeah, and about the string, I think the ID can be passed as string as well. That should not be the issue. Here, let's see. That should not be the issue as well. You can pass ID as string, but yeah, Marit, I suggest to use prepare statements. That would be better anyway, but yeah, it should work in the same without the prepare statements as well here. Okay, and then let's go to the Hellenes question. Doing a job build path. Okay, I've used the first one. Okay, the build path. Okay, that may look different, but the build path may look different. That's not the problem, but in your case, the build path seems correct. Yeah. In your case, the build path seems correct, Helena. I mean, at least the GTM needs. Okay, maybe let's check mine. So mine looks. Yeah, these are the class paths. So if you have GTM, that's fine. About the other class paths, you can add them as the external. So you need to add them. Yeah, you do not see the menu because it seems that you haven't you have not added this SQL. Java SQL. One moment. Okay, it's in mine. Okay, that's in mine system library. That's if that's okay. Maybe that's on the module. Both. Let's see. Moment SQL. Java. On the in your screenshot, that's on the right. So you have libraries, then you have modules on the right. And have you found it? Haven't. Okay, so you found, and then so please find JavaSQL. And then press on Add System Module. I already added it, so I don't need to add it twice, but you can add JavaSQL. Then it needs to be located under the system library here. Yeah. What else? I think that may be missed. Okay, so please add it. You just need to press finish and apply. And yeah, after you go to system library, please check if you have JavaSQL library here. Just check if it is here. So after that you should have the JavaSQL, and for MySQL there is also, so if you have SQL, that says must have. You should have it for reference variables. I also added MySQL, as you can see here. That's needed for the driver. Because yeah, there's different type of database. We didn't discuss it much, but you can maybe check it yourselves. There are different types of databases. Maybe the most used is MySQL database, and that's why we use this driver. But there can be also different databases, and there are different databases, and Java there can be also different databases used. So for the reference variables, reference libraries, we can yeah, and also add MySQL. So we go to external libraries, then but the MySQL should be there, I think, in your case as well, because that should go from the POM file. But if you still for some reasons don't have it, then you need to go to the libraries again, yeah. Then add external GAR, go to your M2 folder. This one we already checked it. So then we find go to M2 repository, then MySQL, and check for connector, select the newest one, and add it here. I already added, but you can, if it does not appear, you need to add it. What else you can do? You can rebuild your project, yeah. If it's still not visible, seems not. Or are there any more questions? More questions? Not seems. Okay, Helen is typing. It's okay. Let's wait. Helen is typing. Okay, I press the external JAWS, then I go find MySQL under. And no, Helen, you don't need to go under examp. Examp is just the place where the database is stored. There's no external libraries there. Again, we already have the folder. Yeah? We already have the folder for the. Okay, maybe you can. As I said, we already have the folder we use for external libraries. It's on the under users, then go to your username, and there's M2 folder. Then there's a repository. And then under repository you will find MySQL. And under MySQL there's MySQL connector. Then you find this connector and add it. Under M2 repositories, it should be defined in POM file as the dependency. So yeah, as you can see, it is on the dependency. So after you run Maven, it needs to be here. Okay, yeah, really good, Marita. Okay, so once it is there, you need to add it to your reference libraries, and then it will be available. Okay, are there any more questions? Okay, remember that the deadline for this task is Wednesday, so we can have more discussions on Monday about geodatabase connectivity. So please prepare the questions. Try to solve something yourself as well, and that will make more questions so we can discuss them on Monday. Yeah. Okay, if there are no more questions so far, then we can close the session now. And yeah, and again, please find the teams. Yeah. Split into the teams. Just for those who haven't done it so far, please do it till next weekend, somewhere at the middle of next week. I hope that the teams will be created. Okay, Christine is typing something. Okay. Christina. Okay, okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Okay, if not, then we can close the session for today. Have a nice weekend, and let's meet on Monday.